Okay. And we're recording. We're good. Okay. Well, hi guys. Last call of the year. Exciting. So I have a little bit to cover in a nerdy little PowerPoint presentation. But first, let's dive in with all of us. Victories, challenges, struggles, anything you want to talk about? Questions, concerns?
I have 4 SC points.
You do?
I'm sorry, go back. I helped 2 people get healthy for the new year.
When did you? I'm not seeing SC points updating in the back office, by the way.
They're not. It takes like 3 days.
Okay, just making sure. Because I looked, and I did our little thing yesterday for our team, like numbers, and I was like, I thought more people, so that's probably why.
Yeah. So did it show my 2 from yesterday?
I need to look again this morning.
And then I did another one last night. I had a girl. I have quite a few people who are up to renew in January. So they're canceling.
That's where it's at, man. Like catching those people whose bot is about to renew and giving them their options and saying, yeah, by the way, you can get a bag of Shakeology for half price.
Yeah, well, and she's doing Transform 20. So she not only gets the bag of Shakeology at half price, she gets access to the program for free. Mm-hmm. And then she priced out her step. Like I sent her the Beachbody step, and she priced out her step on Amazon, and it was like $50.
Yeah. For
the same step. And she's like, well, I might as well get the Beachbody one.
Yeah.
I'm like, you might as well. So
that's awesome. Congrats, lady.
Thanks.
We're not done yet. This month isn't done yet.
No. No.
And I think this weekend, like now that people are kind of starting to get back to normal, maybe, it's a really good opportunity to like post about Transform 20, to post about January accountability, to maybe do a post with the hearts that says, what are you looking to lose this year or gain this year or whatever. And you know, the on-demand trial was like, just the other night I was like, I'm going to throw this out there and see. And I've had nothing. So I'm like, okay, whatever. Like maybe it's because I said Beachbody, maybe I don't know, or maybe it's because I had a couple posts from that day that had a ton of traction, so that one didn't get seen as much. I don't know. So who knows with Facebook. I also just read an article yesterday that Facebook is in trouble because they've been hiding posts that like, I don't know exactly what I was reading it last night when I was almost asleep, of course, but like they're under fire for like putting certain worded posts out there and like taking certain posts away and like trying to appeal to certain genres and trying to hide other posts. And apparently they have this big fancy algorithm that does all that stuff and picks and chooses what they want people to see versus what they think that people, you know, click on and like and want to see and stuff like that. So interesting, but it just means that, you know, they can't hide our stories and they can't hide our Instagram stories, stuff like that. So that's where a lot of conversations are coming from. You guys know this. I still get probably 70% of my business from Facebook, and probably the other 30 from Instagram. So I think it's just kind of a, you know, you just kind of got to do with what your audience wants, you know, and like, I do have some people that don't use Facebook. That's okay. There's an app for that we can use, but just appealing to your audience. So, yeah, this is a great weekend to just really, if you have the time, set aside, get it done, do some posts, do some follow-ups. People that have, and I wanted to talk about, and I'll talk about this in a minute. Tubi Mindset is $30. Some of the bundles are $30 off. Some of the bundles are $20 off now until January 3rd. So it's a great chance to do a post about that too, or go back into your To Be Mindset group from people that didn't sign up and post in there. And I think that's what I'm going to do today, is go in there and just say, by the way, guys, like if you're wanting to get a jump start on 2019, this is a great way to do it and save an extra $30. And it's the bundle that, like the BOD To Be Shakeology bundle that's normally $220 is $190. So, I mean, that's a really good deal, because it's like they're getting, you know, BOD and Shakeology and then paying, you know, $30 for To Be Mindset, which is normally $119. So, so that's a really good deal. I saw Katie Ersta did a post, or not, I don't know if it was a post, but it was a sponsored ad with like her holding a plate of food. And she was like, finally, it's here. Like, you know, and like built up the suspense in her post, and then talked about like, you know, a program that doesn't, you know, force you to diet, that doesn't, you know, restrict you from blah, blah, blah. So I know there's a lot of things like Transform 20, To Be Mindset, like, oh my gosh, 2019, there's so many things that we can talk about. Don't stress yourself out over it, and do what you're capable of doing. But if you're able to set aside time this weekend and you're pushing for those end of year goals, or if you're, you know, pushing to hit SC this month, and get a good jump start, the more conversations you have between like now and the first of the year, even if they don't sign up, that's fuel for the fire in January and February, and giving people the opportunity. And even if that means saying like, hey man, like if you've thought about joining the gym, I've got something for you to try, you know. And I don't want to use the word try. If you guys saw that Sean T video that he was like, stop saying I'm going to try and just commit to it and do it. Like, I'm going to try to, you know, stop saying try. So I really like that mindset. And I think, you know, we can probably learn from that and you know, filter that through to our challengers and stop saying I'm going to try this Transform 20 program, and do it, commit to it, do all 6 weeks, do 36 workouts, finish it. And then we'll talk about how you feel. And if you don't give it your all, same thing with this business. Like, I'm going to try to, you know, like, let's stop saying I'm going to try, and like, let's do it. Like, let's make shit happen. We have a brand new year ahead of us. And there's no reason that we can't take advantage of the fact that like we're starting with a blank slate, and we all start at 0 on January 1st. So, so anyway, does anybody else want to share anything?
I am back on the board.
Yeah, girl.
I have one new to me customer, and then I have another girl who signed on to be a coach. So Michaela, I'm with you on the financial thing. I got some cycle bonus money this week, which was awesome. Yeah, it's been good. Also, Bill Levine, my business manager, sent me this quote. He says, like, you could insert whatever the thing is. So Transform 20 or To Be Mindset is healthy for you. Health has the word heal in it. Choosing health is better than a diet. Diet has the word die in it. So I'm going to see how I can work that into something that doesn't sound so threatening. But I also went through and saved a bunch of, like, Beachbody, Carl Deichler, Alana, they all posted this series of stories. So I went through and saved a bunch of those, because I'm not super excited about To Be Mindset, but people do love their diets. I don't know, for January 1st. So I'm going to try to hit that market today.
So did you not do To Be Mindset?
I did, but I'm not super excited about it. I mean, I think for me, it's a program that is the way I eat. So I wasn't like, woohoo, this is great. And it was hard to keep the motivation, the momentum going in a group, because everybody just gets the videos. So even though I set up a schedule to try to keep us all moving forward together, it just kind of petered out. So yeah. I don't know.
I would not do it the same, because I've been thinking about, because Eric and I are redoing it and rewatching the videos.
Yeah.
It was like a mental turnaround, mindset turnaround for me. when it comes to food, because that's something that I've always struggled with, and it just works for me and is easy. But you're right, the groups didn't work. So I thought about just doing like a message for them. Like, hey, tried this recipe or got my water in, you know, like just like little things instead of like a group, because the group was stupid and didn't work.
I mean, I liked it, and I think the program empowers people. It's intuitive eating without. There are more guidelines to it. Intuitive eating, where you just trust your body and you eat what you want. But with 2B Mindset, there are more guidelines so that people who maybe don't know as much about nutrition can actually stick to a set of simple guidelines.
Right.
We'll see. I don't know. We'll see.
It's a tough one to navigate with a group, I think. I mean, my group's never really had a ton of engagement, you know, and I mean, it's like, okay, well, let me share this recipe with you, and let me, you know, like, here's some meal plans you can use, and I think that was it, you know. So just, I don't know. I love the program. I love what it's done. I love, you know, seeing the results that come from it. I have one challenger who has like completely embraced 2B Mindset and is down like 26 pounds since May. And loves, like, she talks about it, and, you know, when she does her check-ins, and she still follows all the principles. And for her, it was a total mindset change, and it worked, you know. And I think you just have to completely immerse yourself in it, as with, you know, anything else, if you want it to work. And I think people want results right away, and they're like, you know, I don't have time to watch these videos. Why am I not losing weight? You know, and I think unless you do the work, it's not going to work. But keeping people kind of on track with watching the videos and getting through them, and then just engaged with recipes and food and stuff like that, is probably about as good as you can do. So Amanda, do you have anything with your little puppy dogs over there?
I would say, like, I didn't really do a whole lot the last week, to be honest, but your thing that I took from you with the anxiety and the free 2-week, I got 6 people that wanted the free 2-week trial, and I had sent them the free 20-minute workout. I just did this random thing a couple days before Christmas. And I pretty much, what did I even say? Hold on, because one of them I had sent my little thing that I came up with to them. I don't even know if it was a good idea, but I did it. I kind of went out on a limb, and I pretty much said, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, hope you're having a good season, pretty much saying, like, not bugging you, but here's a link just for a free workout as a Christmas gift. And I had a few of them look into it, and they've asked for more questions, and 3 of the people that were interested in the Beachbody On Demand were people that I had randomly messaged. So nice. Maybe it's like a combination. And I've gotten 3 people, like, more deep conversations out of them. So
yeah.
But I need to hop back on. I kind of fell off during Christmas. So
I don't blame you. I have been a lot unplugged this week. So
besides working out and drinking my shake, I haven't really done much. So
nope. I can't even say I've done all those things. So yep, that's okay. I know Kelly's on, but I don't know if you're doing anything or not. If you want to jump on, you can. So, you know, this week, as we all know, has been just kind of a whirlwind. Those of us that have traveled, or, you know, family Christmases and this, that, and the other, we can't expect too much out of social media. But I think we can this weekend and going into this next week. I don't think a lot of people will be working on Monday. I think if we make our presence known throughout the weekend and then into the first week of January, and then continue to pump up a lifestyle, a healthy lifestyle, not a diet, you know, because my Facebook feed is riddled with people going, I'm starting keto on January, send me all your recipes, you know, and just crap like that I'm like, how's that going to work for you come, you know, February when you still can't have anything that you want to have, and you're restricting yourself. So I think, you know, especially with people potentially joining a gym, like we just really drive that home these next couple weeks, and then really pump up Transform 20. I don't have the Diamond Insider email yet. I probably won't get it until tomorrow, but I'm assuming that the Transform 20 bundles will probably still be on promo in January. However, they always like to throw a random wrench in our plans. So I would just reinforce that with anyone that you've talked to about Transform 20, that these bundles are on promo until the end of the month, and we don't know what January promos are. So if you're signing up, do it now if you can. And yes, I mean, I've had a bunch of people say, I don't want the step. Do I need the step? And I'm like, it's a step program. It's like going to step aerobics class and saying, no, I'm not going to use the step. And they're like, well, that's kind of how we do things. So I think it's important that people know, yes, there is a modifier without a step that you can follow. However, if you want to get the maximum results, it's probably best that you have the step. Treat yourself, Merry Christmas, get the step. So that's, and I've had a bunch of people that ordered it.
For those of you who got the step already, or whether you have the Beachbody step or a different brand, do you guys have like pros or cons that you can give about the step? Because Mark went out and bought me a step, which is great. I was kind of thinking I would buy the Beachbody one just because that's what they use and I'm OCD about that kind of stuff. But he got me like this extra large one, and I think it's one that Tracy has, and Tracy said that sometimes she'll kick it and they'll fall off because they don't snap together, and it's a lot wider than the Beachbody one, so like doing some of the moves that he does, it's weird. So I just wanted to hear if you guys had any like input on that.
I tell all of my people who are asking about it to just get the Beachbody step. I wish I had just gotten the damn step. I thought I was ordering one early and I was going to do all these sneak peek things and whatever. I didn't buy the step. The one that I have, I have a short one that's the same size as the Beachbody step, and it's currently sold out on Amazon. So I also have that angle to pull too. But the second set of risers, it sounds similar to what Tracy's talking about with the old school one. It's not very secure. Like, I really wish I had just gotten the damn Beachbody step, and that's what I'm telling everybody, because I don't feel comfortable putting it up on the second level.
Well, and Mark bought me this BCG one, and I just looked it up, and it shows that it was $64 on Amazon. I mean, he got it from Academy Sports here local, but it was $64. But you can't just buy the step from Beachbody yet.
No.
So I don't know.
I really like the Beachbody one. It's super sturdy. I can't do any more than like one extra riser after a workout, I think in the workouts he refers to like the emblem in the middle on some things, if I remember correctly. So that could be a helpful selling tool too, because he uses like things on the step. I will say the promo, the $20 off, runs through the end of February.
It does.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Where did you find that?
Dang it, I was
in the FAQ.
What did you say, Caitlin? You cut out.
Nothing.
Then type it. We'll put you out. Kelly's naked. Oh, Kelly. Kelly, we see your butt.
Now everybody knows.
All right, sorry. I just was curious. I'm just debating on sending this one back, but I don't know about buying. I just want the step for $50-something. Just give me the step. That's all I want. I already get 2 bags of Shakeology a month. I got my BOD that just renewed last week. Like, I don't want it. A completion pack. Just give me the steps.
Well,
Can you cancel your bod and the Shakeology and reorder your bod and Shakeology and stuff?
Could have, but I
That's
didn't.
what Kelly did.
You probably still can, can't you?
Well, it just renewed on the 21st. So how do I do that?
You would have to
No,
call
you can do it.
Kelly.
Yeah, they'll give you money back.
Mm-hmm.
Call Kelly and find out because that's what she did.
They
and-
like prorate you, so it's only gonna be like a couple dollars.
So you're saying I need to contact customer service, tell them I want to cancel my BOD, and then re-sign up.
And then cancel your monthly Shakeology for whatever's coming next and get the package that has the Shakeology, the bod, and the step.
Should I do that first and then cancel what I currently have so it doesn't mess with my?
I think they'll do it all for you. Like,
Mhm.
I think they'll,
Like all at the same time.
they're
And then I
actually
can get the
like,
step.
yeah,
Mhm.
they're
That's
like
what I
really
did.
good now.
Okay,
This
I
is
just
what happens
checked
when I'm not.
Oh, there's Naked Kelly. What did she say?
Sorry, I'm naked, but I have a towel on, so I'm not completely naked. Um,
What happens when I
really
get coffee?
visual for you guys today. No, that's what I did, Michaela. So I did a live chat. Well, when does your BOD renew?
It actually just renewed on the 21st.
Of December?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, girl, that's what you need to do.
This is what happens when I'm not present. I don't get these things. Like,
I just did it. Like, I literally just realized it on my own. It wasn't anything that I talked about with anybody. I just realized I wanted that step, and then I was going to buy a completion pack, and I was like, wait, I just bought a bag of Shakeology on November 29th, and my bod renewed on December 4th. And so I was like, that's $200. What the fuck? I should just get the $215 pack and get the step. 'Cause I
oh,
want the
that's
step.
so smart. I didn't even think like that.
So
Yeah, that's what the girl, and because Kelly did that, that's what I told the girl last night to do.
yeah,
And I like went
all
through
of
the
it.
math, and I was like, oh my God, you're saving so much money.
yeah.
Because I have like my full box of Shakeology that shipped too that I haven't even opened yet. So I'm
I
like,
mailed mine back because
yeah,
I was
that's what
like
I'm wondering.
that, but like it cost like $15 to mail it back, and Eric was like, "Why do you keep it and just pause next month?" And I was like, "I know I should have, but whatever. I just wanted it to be like equal amount of money because I'm psycho."
Yeah, I'll have to do that. Thank you.
Yeah,
Kelly.
just a live chat. That's what I did, and I was
Okay.
like, they said that I couldn't order the challenge pack until all my stuff was canceled, so they canceled it all for me. It showed up. And then I went online and just ordered. And I when I was live chatting with them, I said, please make sure this does not affect my Coach account. And they were like, it will not. Don't worry. So
Cool.
it was good.
Cool. I'm going to do that today. Thank you.
Uh-huh. And tell Mark, $65 is way too much money for that step.
I know. And
We're
especially,
getting for $15.
yeah, especially since it doesn't stay stable.
Right. Yeah.
It just sits on the risers. I'm going to go
Okay.
get the box before the kids tear it up.
I got to go back to getting ready. Bye.
Yeah, if you can get the step, get the step. I think I've never used a step. I don't know anything about other steps, but I've seen the ones that they have in the gym, and they're like really wide and long. And I've already been tripping over my short step. So I'm like a person Clydesdale. So I feel like this is just going to be a hot mess. But
I fell. It was
Yeah.
almost the same as well.
yeah, you fell. I'll probably fall a lot. Luke said he's going to do this with me too. And I'm like, what? So we'll see. It's just going to be a graceful mess in the basement every morning. So
Yeah, that's us too.
yeah. So, okay, let's see. I'm going to just do a screen share real quick and dive into a little bit of this PowerPoint stuff. So let's see. Can you guys see my screen? It's like frozen. Okay. So 2B Mindset promos, Transform 20 bundles. So I am not reinventing the wheel because that's ridiculous to reinvent the wheel and try to do brand new things all the time. But I am going to start doing 2-week coach trainings on the second Monday of every month. So that would put us at January 14th. I may actually do it the January 7th. This month, I haven't decided. I've got to just get through this week first before. But that way we have the ability to promote for coaching and then get people started with I think what's easiest to do is to get people started into a routine of workout Shakeology and kind of get them into an accountability group before we plug them into a new coach training, because I feel like that's always way too much at once. You're like, now I'm in a challenge group, now I'm in new coach training, all that stuff. But that document, that Google form that I posted, I was going through some new coach trainings in the Rising Stars page and looking at new coach training stuff, because I'm like, you know what I send to people is good. And I think, if you're a self-starter, you're just going to go and you're going to do it anyway. But sometimes people need a little extra boost. And sometimes it comes in the form of accountability. And I think, there are those of us that keep accountable, via Messenger, but something a little bit more for people that need it. So I don't want to do a big 30-day, check in every single day type training, because I think that is overwhelming. But I think, when you create and teach the basics, and just get in the mindset of, okay, what do I need to do basically to grow my business? That's be present on social media. That's be a product of the product. That's keep on my personal development, and that's it. Stay accountable. Conversations, invite, and that comes with being present on social media. So I think that's kind of the biggest aspect that we need to teach and implement to our new coaches, is how to be present on social media without being a salesperson on social media, and how to just tell your story. So that's what I want to implement into New Coach 2-week training. And I'm going to use that Google form as do this first, because this is what you basically need to know. And now these next 2 weeks, we're going to stay accountable and just kind of tweak a couple things to make things simplified and easier for everyone. So if anyone wants to contribute to that, if you have any suggestions, tips, anything, if there's something that you took away from an early on new coach training that you feel like people need to know, then just get that to me within the next 10 days or whatever. And I'm going to just kind of put a collective script together. So that way, those of us that want to run our own, we can, or we'll do a team one. And I may just do an ongoing Facebook group that has day 1 through day 10 type posts that people can go in and do that. And then just keep them accountable in a messenger thread and say, here's your day 1 post. Here's your day 2 post. Let me know when you get through this. That way new coaches stay accountable. And when they hit those ranks, then they move into a different messenger thread. All right, Caitlin hit Emerald. Say congrats to Caitlin. You guys will see her again when you get to Emerald too. And that's kind of how we will just keep accountable. So, new coach training, Brendon Burchard, High Performance Habits. If you don't have it yet, get it. I posted in the team page about getting this book for free. You just pay shipping. I think it's like $7.99 or something. And I will show you guys, I started reading this. You can see my bookmark, at the very top. I got through the first several chapters, and this was a year ago. After seeing him at Summit, I've always listened to his podcast. I love him. He's amazing. If you want to hear a really, really good talk, Google or YouTube his Summit talk from Beachbody. I think we have it somewhere in the files. But he's just he just says and does all the things that make you and it's not intimidating. I love Gary Vaynerchuk because he's in your face, and he's if you don't do your shit, then you're going to be a failure. He's just really but Brendon Burchard is all of those things, but really, really positive. So I think taking this into 2019 and doing a book club together, keeping each other accountable, this is the stuff that builds businesses, guys. This is the stuff that will get us to those goals that we have for 2019, whether it's income or rank or family type, vision board goals, whatever it is. But it's staying on top of things with business mindset. And this book is really, I've seen so many people posting about it too lately. Like, I don't know why, because it's been out for like over a year and a half. But I guess it's just like finally really taking off. So that, and then there's the Mel Robbins Mindset Reset. So of course, there's a lot of things, but this is the Rachel Hollis thing. It comes to your email. There's a little thing you can print out. It's really just a great jumpstart into 2019. And Mel Robbins, as we know, those of us that have done 5-second rule and maybe get her daily emails or her take 5 type emails, she's just really, really wonderful. And this mindset reset, I need to go in and print out the little tracker thing that she sent. It can't hurt to have the extra positive mindset stuff. So those are just some things coming up for this month. Okay, there we go. So just real quick, creating successful habits for 2019. I came up with just a few things that to keep in mind as you go into this next year. And I think the number one priority always has to be determining your why, because if you don't know why you're here, then it's going to be really hard to sit down and drive your business every day. And your why may have changed over time. Mine continues to change. And I see that it changes yearly. And my why has changed a lot more just in these last few months with my husband, being a lot more vocal about wanting to grow my business so he can take less time away from our family with all the traveling that he does with his, and has goals to retire in the next several years and make this business our sole income. And that's very holy crap to me, but it's also a driving factor that means I need to stop apologizing and, hem-hawing around and get my shit together and really go all in, balls to the wall. And I think we tend to hold ourselves back sometimes because of fear. And I'm very fearful of what happens if I go all in. And I think that's probably why I've never fully gone all in. But anyway, determining your why is extremely important. Creating your vision comes shortly thereafter. And sometimes they go hand in hand, whether it's deciding, I want to quit my job. So that's my why. But now I need to visualize what that's going to look like for me. And if that means that I need to spend the extra, 2 hours after my kids go to bed, hustling my ass off just so I can get some work done and build some income, then I'm going to do it. Or if that means, I'm going to get up an extra 30 minutes earlier and I'm going to shorten my workouts and, or I'm going to take my lunch break or whatever it is, then that's what it is. And, I've done this with, 3 little kids and in nursing school, and it's really, really hard, but it's also been worth it. And I've not, we've made sacrifices, and those are conversations that I've had with my spouse, that I've said, I have some pretty big goals this month, so I need to work a little bit extra, bear with me. Or, he said, take your computer and get to Bread Company and go do a couple hours of work uninterrupted. And that's been a lifesaver. And that's what you do. You make sacrifices, but you're making sacrifices for that why and for that vision. And then getting organized, priority, leaning in, knowing that you don't have to reinvent the wheel and you don't have to do this alone, and that you're not alone, and that the thoughts that you're having about oh my gosh, nobody cares, nobody likes my post, blah, 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 I'm so frustrated, what is happening? You're not alone. Those are all the same thoughts that I have daily about my life. Why is no one responding to me? But this is and we know it, I've seen all these posts lately about Bird Box. Like you guys probably have seen them too. Like, you know, everybody's talking about Bird Box on Netflix, and Netflix hasn't done any advertising. And that's all because of network marketing, because all these people on social media are talking about it. And now everybody's watching Bird Box. And that's true. Like, that's kind of what we do. Like, we're social media influencers. Like, we talk about things, we share things with people, and we make them happen, and we help get people involved. And we do that through our social media. But anyway, I don't know where I was going with that. Bird Box. And anyway, I did watch it kind of, and it was really, really, really creepy. So if you have Netflix and, you're going to watch it, then just maybe be prepared, or do it during the day. Watch it during the day. And then be here in a year. I think if you don't give this business at least 90 days of consistency, you can't see the potential for this business. And if beyond those 90 days, like, that's really when we start to find our footing and start to get into a rhythm. 6 months, it's like, okay, like, I think I know what I'm doing. I'm like in the groove. I've got this. And then in a year, like, I'm not saying that you're going to make $1 million in a year, but your business can have a completely different landscape in 12 months if you're consistent and you put in the work. And that doesn't mean 40 hours a week, you know, spending time with your computer, you know, social media, on your phone all the time. That means setting business hours, staying organized, and just being present. So just to expand a little bit on each of those, determining your why, that is like a daily, like, what's going to drive you? Like, really, what's going to drive you? Put it somewhere where you can see it. And that's why we do a vision board. But you guys have seen, like, I have this giant dry erase board that I keep, and it's right across from my desk now. And I'm really looking forward to doing, like, an eraser and, like, wiping it clean this weekend and writing all my 2019 things on there. And I put my 2018 goals up there, and I'll share a couple of them with you guys. I put SC10 All-Star up there, and that's a goal that I achieved this year. I put increase my volume by 250 to 500 PV every month. Not quite, but I've seen an increase in my volume, and therefore an increase in my income. My income, I put increase by 250 to 500 per month. Not every month did that happen, but I definitely achieved that several months. Pay for SC trip, and I did that. Pay for the cruise. I put up their Disney family trip, and that was like a really far-fetched goal for us. And between November and the first week of December, financially, it was doable, and we did it. And like, hitting submit on that payment was like I was in tears, because that's something that I've always wanted to do, is take my kids to Disney World, and we've just never been able to make it happen. And I'm just not even going to talk about it, because I'm going to get all emotional. But seeing that up there every day that I sit down at my computer is a huge driving factor for me, because I don't want to buy my kids a bunch of crap, but I want to give them experiences that I didn't have. And that's why I sit down at my computer, and that's why I continue to work as hard as I do. Not all the time, but there are days that I work a lot harder. Leadership retreat, team leadership retreat is something that I put up there, and I think we had a pretty good one. And I definitely want to do that again next year. And anyway, so just a few things like that. I put double my 2017 income. That didn't happen this year. I'm not going to stress out about it. I'm not going to like throw a pity party and a tantrum and stuff, because my income did surpass last year's income by about $6,000. And I feel like, that's a good chunk of change, and I will gladly take that. So I have rank goals up there, and goals for, team rank advancements and stuff like that. But those aren't my goals. Those are other people's goals. I can just kind of help along the way. So creating that vision and writing that out and seeing that daily helps big time. So wherever your office space is, your desk is, or even if it's just the screensaver of your computer, just putting that out there. And then I also put on there, who knows this, because if we don't share that with like the people that are most important to us in our life, and or like share that stuff with our team, then it's like, who's holding you accountable? You know, like I've told my husband, these are the things that I want to accomplish this year. And I know that what it's going to take, and I know it's going to be tough. So this is what I need from you. And we've created a lot of those vision things together. So creating your vision, plug in your family, plug in your spouse. Don't be afraid to go big. Write it down and then visualize it and then publicize it. So this is the vision board that I did when we did the Orlando retreat this last September. And I was like, I don't really do like crafty, like I'm not like a cut and paste, like add some glitter kind of person. Like I have a really hard time doing that. But I was like, okay, I'm going to look through these magazines and like cut out some words and stick them on paper. And so anyway, that's this. So I brought this home and I gave it to my husband and I said, look at these things and don't let me forget this. Keep me accountable. And we have, and we've shared some of these goals together. And anyway, publicizing it and just keep making sure that other people know like that you are working towards something and you're not just spinning your wheels for no reason. And then with getting organized, whether that means you're using a notebook or you're using Google Streak or you're using Teamsy or whatever it is, like that has to be some kind of a priority in your business, because if it's not, you're going to go crazy trying to figure out who you talked to, who you didn't, who you messaged, who you haven't, what those people wanted, how they want to follow up. So if that means setting alarms on your phone or setting reminders on your phone that says follow up with Susie on January 15th, then do that, because I've done that before and I'm like, oh yeah, I totally forgot I was going to follow up with her this month. And keeping that system, like just start it and stick with it. And, you know, if you get halfway through the year and you're like, okay, I need to implement a little bit better system, well, then you've got a pattern and you can kind of convert that to what works better for you. But if you're not tracking from day one, it's going to be really, really difficult to continue to build a sustainable business. I'm still using Notebook, guys. Notebook, highlighter, check marks, like 4 years in, and it's working. And I'm like, well, I'm just going to keep doing that until I can figure out technology enough and make it work for myself. So setting business hours is extremely important. And that needs to be done on like a Google Calendar, to be honest, like to set aside time and like color block your time, or even to just use a planner, but like to color block your time out and then stick to it. I use my Google Calendar and my alarms go off. Bing, 12 o'clock, power hour. Bing, 4 p.m., like power hour or meal plan or read or, you know, whatever it is. And that keeps me on track. So looking at your schedule for the week before, and that's what we teach our challengers, you know, like plan ahead, plan the week out, look at your schedule, figure out what you have as far as appointments and things like that. And then work your business around that. And do not forget to include family time and spouse time, because that needs to be a priority on there. And when we neglect those things for this business, that's where like the family and the spouse are like, nope, not going to support you anymore because you're not supporting me. You know, you're not giving me the time that I need. So even if that means like spouse time, 9 p.m. and then business time, 9:30, like whatever it is, just make sure that they're a priority. And then setting those monthly and weekly goals. So if your goal is to help, you know, if you want to get to SC10 every month, okay, I need to help 5 people this month. So that means I need to help 1.1 people per week. So, okay, one person per week, I can definitely do that. I can try to help 2 people in that first week and then 1 person the next week, but you're setting goals for yourself that are achievable and then breaking them down into like the numbers. So, okay, if I want to help 1 person each week, I know I need to be talking to at least 10 people that are interested, not just sending 10, hey girl, how you doing messages, but having engaging conversations. So that also means that we're doing posts that are call to action posts throughout the week. So that also comes with doing that calendar and like the social media calendar that I've posted in our team page where you write out your posts for the week. Or maybe you take, 30 minutes on a Sunday and say, what do I want to talk about this week? What are some, plug in your call to action posts first, and then fill the rest of your social media with your life. Instead of, just focusing on, I'm going to post 4 call to action posts this week, and then that's all you post on social media. And then sharing our tracker weekly. We know that Thursday is payday, income day, rank advancement day. And something that we need to get in the habit of doing, and I'm terrible at, is sharing conversations for the week, progress for the week, what we're doing, how we're staying accountable, who we're talking to, benefits of conversations we're having, struggles that we're having, because we're all doing the same stuff. We're all having similar conversations. We're all having struggles. We're all getting no's. We're all getting rejections and stuff like that. How are we overcoming them? What kind of victories are we having? And sharing that with each other. Because sometimes it's one word. Sometimes you're having a conversation with someone and it's like, I don't understand. Like, they're just not getting it. And then you talk to someone else and you're like, oh, well, that sounds a little bit better than what I was saying. And that helps. So keeping each other accountable. And I was also, as far as like monthly and weekly goals, like if rank advancement is a goal for you, then like, and we don't have to have this conversation right here, but if that's a goal for you and you're like, okay, Ashley, I want to be like 2-star by the end of the year, but I don't really know how to approach that. And I don't really know how to break down like the time frame. Like I need to have 6 weeks of qualification. I want to do that by summit, or I want to do that by leadership, or I want to get to the new leader conference next year. Like, what do I need to do? And then same thing with like points, like elite points, premier points. That's a separate, that's kind of a separate like bubble to look at too, and how to make those bigger goals happen. So we all know that building team, building volume is going to continue to drive income. So what is it going to take to get there? It's going to take more conversations. It's going to take enrolling more people as coaches, and it's going to take helping more of our newer people get to those early on goals, income, success club, rank, things like that. So, and then lean in. We know this, whenever we feel alone in our struggles and we don't lean in for support, it's much easier to just like throw in the towel and say like, nope, I can't do this anymore. But when you lean in and you say like, guys, listen, I am really struggling with motivation this month. What is helping you? Like, what is helping you drive your business? And all of that. Teamwork makes the dream work. And that is it for me. So, that was fast and furious, but I'm recording, so I'll post the recording. I know Michaela had said something. Oh, she has screaming kids. All right, 9:01, right on time. Look at that. All right, y'all. So feedback, thoughts. And if you want those slides, I can share them in the team page too. I am taking, like you guys know, we leave January 1st and we're gone until the 4th. So I'm taking this week off. I'm going to unplug. I'm going to, if I have messages in my inbox and I get a chance to respond to them at night, after everybody's in bed, I'll do that. But I'm not going to, I vision board vacation. Like this is, I'm spending time with my family this week. So if you need me, that's where I'll be. But that's why we have a team and team support. I'm going to spend this weekend working and hustling my butt off and getting set up for success for this next month. And that's follow-ups and conversations. And my goal was to get my husband to SC this month, and he's at 0. And I've met my goal. So I'm going to work on getting people signed up under him this weekend. And then we literally have no plans this weekend. So that's what I'll be doing. If you need any help, if you need any support with starting a group, running a group, conversations, please reach out, post in the team page. And I think, 2019 is going to be a really good year for this team, really good year for us. New babies coming this year. I'm so excited. Oh, so does anybody have anything else they want to share?
Sarah, do you have anything to add about the book club? Like, I know we started that thread, and didn't you say you ordered something to lead it?
Yeah, I have, it just came yesterday. I have the high performance book study book. So I was kind of glancing at that, and it has some like question stems and a layout. So I'll look through that and then kind of get some stuff together.
Okay, and we decided that was just for coaches, and then I had one other question about that. Are we just doing that message thread, or are we doing like a Facebook group?
I'm fine with the message thread. We can do the Facebook group.
I just want to make sure I wasn't missing something.
I didn't put together a group because I figured the message thread was fine.
Okay.
I don't know. What do you guys think?
That's fine with me.
I think that's good. And I think we post about it in the page. We can post again about it in the page. Anybody else that wants to join, get their book, we'll put you in the message thread. And then we can always share excerpts in the team page or do live videos and stuff talking about the book. And
do all that in the message thread, so it should be fine.
Yeah, and I sent it to all my coaches, like in a text or whatever, the link if they wanted to join.
To the group?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'll make sure to invite Suzanne too.
It's just a link for the message thread that you sent out, right?
That's the group thread, yeah.
Okay.
Called it a group, but I meant group thread. Sorry.
Thank you. No, I got okay. Awesome.
So when does that officially start, Sarah?
The 1st.
It does. Okay.
I will be MIA the 1st. I mean, we can. I don't know. It's up to you.
Because I don't know if I'll have my book by then.
I will have my book, but I think if we do the freebie, don't we get the audiobook on that?
I mean, I have the audio, and I listened to half of it. I couldn't get into the audio, so I ordered the book.
Yeah.
Do you, because Ashley's not back until the 4th anyways, and you guys don't have books, we could start it
that weekend.
Like the following Monday?
Yeah, the 7th.
That's fine with me. That's sort of like when the kids go back to school and stuff, and I'll have more time anyways.
Me too.
Must be nice.
Sorry.
Oh, sorry.
Yikes.
Right. Leave that.
Whoopsies, that was super insensitive. I'm actually really sorry. I feel bad about that.
Don't feel bad.
No, like, as a teacher, I feel bad. Like, yeah, that was like a really dumb comment. I'm sorry.
No,
That's okay.
That's how I feel about having older kids when all of you are like, I can't, I have screaming kids, or I'm like, oh,
So,
mine don't talk to me. I'm sorry. Hold on. Let me make sure they're still breathing.
yeah, I didn't have like a second of alone time yesterday. So
Yeah. That's how I feel about like feeling guilty about like, I'm like, oh, do you want to chat? It's 2 PM. And you're like, no, I have to put my kids down for a nap. And I was like, oh, I have kids? Hold on. Let me check.
Those.
No, I get it. Like, it's just different.
Okay, so the 7th then.
Yeah.
Done.
All right, I'll figure out a way to make it up to you guys for that snarky comment about
No, stop it.
You're fine.
It'll be fine.
All right, I gotta run because we gotta head out to a friend's house. So see y'all later.
All right, have fun.
Okay, see you.
Fun.
Bye.
Bye. Woo.
Anybody want
So, Sarah, Kelly and I have access to something that's another like discussion. I don't know what yours is called, but performance prompts. Does that sound like something you have?
No, here, I'll tell you. Let me get it. I'm just cozied in my chair right now. Oh, and Caitlin, I got my pajama pants.
Ah, I didn't end up ordering any. Ugh.
They're so comfortable.
Are
Like,
they?
I'm going to get.
You're gonna-
Are they what?
Are they B brand?
No. So, okay. So here, did you see I sent him in the messenger thread the other day?
I don't know. Did I?
Okay, so
This week.
you know who Jamie Innes is?
Yes.
Okay.
She's like a
So
big
she's
time
pregnant.
coach, isn't she?
What?
She's like a big time coach, isn't she?
Yeah, she just hit Million Club Thursday, actually. So I'm not a stalker. Oh, and okay, so I got a whole bunch with my Instagram stalking. Okay. So anyway, she's pregnant and she keeps raving about these like super comfy pajama pants that she got off Amazon. So I was telling Caitlin and Kelly about them the other day. And so we're all looking at them and they're like not expensive. I think they were $15 maybe. And this is a girl, like, she is a corporate sponsor for Glix. Like, she wears North Face and, like, all of this all the time. So I'm like, well, they're probably good quality. She's probably not rocking some cheap stuff. Anyways, so I'm like, why can't I order them? Like, they're just banded pajama pants. So I did, and they're amazing.
Really?
Amazing.
Like, I'm going to get more to wear to jammy to bed.
I just found a link.
They're amazing. Like, I will recommend them over and over again. Yep.
Yeah, they're like $15 isn't bad.
No, and they're so unbelievably soft. And I don't obviously put them up over my belly. I just like wear them around my waist like normal.
Right. Which ones did you get? Which color?
I have the blue with the peach flowers.
Okay.
Okay. So do you want to stop recording while I talk about my
I'm gonna. Yeah.